welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new NYC guide series. If you're new here, my name is Hannah, and in this series I'm going to be highlighting one New York City neighborhood per episode and letting you know about all my favorite things to do there and a little history about the neighborhood as well. Today we're starting with one of my favorite neighborhoods in the whole city, Greenwich Village. Greenwich Village is one of the first neighborhoods that I became familiar with when we moved to New York because my partner Ross had his first job here in the area, working at the Greenwich House Theater, running sound for an off-Broadway show called Broadway Bounty Hunter. I would come up and eat lunch with him a lot, and New York City was still so new and exciting for me, and this area was just the perfect introduction. So Greenwich Village really holds a lot of nice, sentimental memories for Ross and me. Now let's get into it, but before we get started, just take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more guides like these in the future. Greenwich Village is a neighborhood on the west side of Manhattan, bordered by 14th Street to the north, Broadway to the east, Houston Street to the south, and the Hudson River to the west. You'll also sometimes hear Greenwich Village used interchangeably with West Village, but actually the West Village is the part of Greenwich Village that is west of 7th Avenue. You can get here super easily because there are so many subway lines that come here. You can take the A, B, C, D, E, F, or M trains to West 4th Street or the 1 train to Christopher Street. This neighborhood has traditionally been known as a haven for artists and musicians, and a lot of really big names that I'm sure you're familiar with have gotten their start here, like Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix, and Simon and Garfunkel. Today, although you can absolutely feel this rich history all over the neighborhood and there are tons of great music spots, a lot of upcoming artists are being priced out of here by the extremely high cost of living. Greenwich Village is now very expensive, with the average cost of a one-bedroom apartment being about $3,300, and that's still down 16% from what it was pre-pandemic. The first stop on our list today is the Music Inn, which is one of my favorite music shops in the whole city. It opened in 1958, which makes it one of the oldest continually run music stores in New York City. They offer instrument repair and sales, record sales, and they even offer Indian music lessons from the owner. Pre-pandemic, they even had open mic nights every Thursday night at 8 p.m. They have maybe the most diverse assortment of instruments and records that I've ever seen in any music shop, and it's all in such a tiny store. This place is definitely a must-see if you're a musician or a music enthusiast. The accepting nature of the residents that Greenwich Village attracts has always allowed it to be a place of acceptance and a live and let live mentality. This brings me to a very significant part of Greenwich Village's history and the second stop on our list, the Stonewall Inn. In the 1960s, solicitations of same-sex relations was still illegal in New York City and in most of the country. Gay bars were a safe haven for members of the LGBTQ+ community and somewhere that they could just be and avoid harassment. Even still, these places weren't always totally safe, and they were frequently raided by the police and charged with solicitation of homosexual relations, and trans and gender non-conforming people were arrested for not wearing what was deemed gender-appropriate clothing. On June 28, 1969, the Stonewall Inn was raided by police again, only this time the patrons decided to fight back. As this was going on inside, the crowd started to grow from the outside as well into the hundreds and then thousands of people. The riots continued until July 1st and are now widely known today as the Stonewall Riots. The Stonewall Riots were a major tipping point for progress for the gay community, and within weeks thereafter, activist groups began to form. And later, on the first anniversary of the riots, the first gay pride parade was formed. In 2016, President Barack Obama deemed the Stonewall Inn a national monument, making it the first national monument to celebrate the gay rights movement. In addition to being a national monument, Stonewall is still a bar, so stop by and take in the history and enjoy a drink. Like most other bars and restaurants, they were hit really hard by the pandemic, and I'm sure they would appreciate your support. Now we're at the corner of Bedford and Grove Street at a very Instagrammable location, the Friends building. Although Friends was shot in a studio in Los Angeles and the cast never actually filmed here, it was the exterior of this building that was used to represent the building that all of the Friends lived in at one point or another. Today, it's a super popular photo spot for Friends fans visiting from all over the world. The last time I was here, there was actually writing all over the wall where people had put Friends quotes, but today there is a sign that says no graffiti and it has all been removed. Also, did it really bother anyone else that Monica's apartment was supposed to have a balcony and there are no balconies on this building? Anybody? If you're out sightseeing all day, you're definitely gonna get hungry, and there's no better place to take care of that than Bleecker Street Pizza. Bleecker Street Pizza is not only my favorite pizza in Greenwich Village, but my favorite pizza in all of New York City. It is consistently voted the best pizza in NYC by multiple outlets like the Food Network and the New Yorker, so I am clearly not the only one with this opinion. I apologize, it is a little loud out here, but we've got our food. Ross has already started to eat. I'm having their Nona Maria slice, which is the most popular. It has fresh mozzarella and basil, and it's only $3.50 a slice, and look how huge it is. The crust has the perfect amount of crunch. It's like, you know, sometimes thin crust pizza is way too crunchy. This is not. It's still very soft, but just has that nice, like, resistance when you first bite into it, you know? Really, there's no better pizza in the whole city. When you're done with your pizza, head around the corner and down the street to Molly's Cupcakes for a delicious cupcake and coffee. These are my absolute favorite cupcakes, and they are actually so good that they won the first season of the Food Network show Cupcake Wars. Johnny Nicolates, the owner, named Molly's Cupcakes after his third grade teacher, Molly, who always brought cupcakes for her students on their birthdays. In honor of Molly, a portion of their proceeds are donated to local schools. Molly's Cupcakes is a really cute place with its bright colors and all the yellow. They have swing chairs at the counter and board games and books that you can use while you're there. Right now, during the pandemic, they're not allowing people to stay and eat, but I'm sure that will be back very soon and you can go enjoy it. Ross got the chocolate decadence. Does it have anything in the middle?
Chocolate ganache.
Yum. And I got the Cookie Monster, which has a cookie dough filling in the center. It's on my nose.
Yeah, it is.
It's good. The center-filled cupcakes like these are my absolute favorite, and they're super reasonably priced, especially for New York. One of these is only $3.75, and they're really, really big. I've now eaten through to the cookie dough. You can see it in the center. It's so good, and this frosting is so creamy. The last stop on our list is one that you're probably already expecting if you're familiar with New York City, and that is Washington Square Park. The park has gorgeous walking paths with trees and flowers, multiple areas for children to play, 2 dog parks, an area where people gather and play chess and Scrabble, and this beautiful fountain that I love to sit around, and in the summer, a lot of the times, you'll even see kids playing in it. The most iconic feature is the Washington Square Arch, which was built in 1889 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of George Washington's inauguration. There are also usually tons of musicians and street performers around the park playing music or selling their merchandise. A lot of them are really, really good, so don't look over the performers you see in the park. A lot of them are the same ones that you would go pay money to see in a venue.
You can hear a saxophone guy in the background now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. There's one right now. Thank you so much for watching the first episode of my New York City Guide series on Greenwich Village. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite spots are here in the village. I'm always looking to add some more to the list. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more of these NYC guides in the future, as well as other New York City related content and vlogs. Stay safe and healthy, enjoy this beautiful spring weather, and I will see you in the next one.